Welcome to the podcast series, Small Business Survival Conversations. Through our weekly conversations, we hope to provide you with strategies and insights, knowledge and expertise to enlighten you as you work to build and grow your business.
Good morning, business warriors, and welcome back to Monday Morning Motivation. I'm your host, Anna Steinfest, and you're listening to Small Business Survival Conversations podcast. If this is your first time joining us, welcome. I'm so glad you found this show. And if you've been here before, you already know Monday mornings, we don't just talk business strategy, we talk about the human being behind the business, because that matters just as much. So I want you to grab your coffee, take a deep breath, and let's do this together. Today, I want to talk about something every single one of us has felt at some point, but almost nobody admits it out loud. Exhaustion. Not laziness, not a lack of ambition, not a lack of discipline or drive or passion, just pure, bone-deep exhaustion. The kind that a good night's sleep doesn't fix. The kind where your mind never really shuts off, because the moment your head hits the pillow, the list starts running. Customers, payroll, deadlines, cash flow, social media, inventory, emails, employees, family, and underneath it all, that quiet hum of uncertainty that never fully goes away. And eventually, no matter how strong you are, no matter how committed you are, there comes a moment where something inside you whispers, I don't know how much longer I can keep doing this. Not because you don't care, not because your dream isn't worth it, not because you failed, but because you have been carrying too much for too long without permission to put it down. And if that is where you're sitting this Monday morning, I want you to hear me say this slowly and clearly. There is absolutely nothing wrong with resting. Just don't quit. Now, I want to be very intentional about something because I think this is where a lot of us get confused. There is a world of difference between quitting and recovering. Quitting is walking away from something that still has life in it. Quitting is closing the door before you've seen what's on the other side of it. Recovering is stepping back so you can step forward stronger. Recovering is being wise enough to know that you cannot pour from an empty cup. And I think a lot of us have forgotten that recovering is even an option because you've been told in 100 different ways that stopping for even a moment means you are falling behind. But that is simply not true. Look at nature. Think about winter. Trees go bare, fields go quiet, flowers disappear entirely. From the outside, it looks like nothing is happening, like everything has stopped. But underground, roots are deepening, life is preparing, energy is quietly being stored for everything that's about to come next. Nature rests, but nature does not quit. And come spring, everything comes back, stronger, fuller, more alive than before. Sometimes, as business owners, we need that season too. We need our winter. We need the quiet. We need the pause, not as a sign that we're giving up, but as preparation for everything that comes next. But here's the problem. We live in a world that has made rest feel like a dirty word. Scroll through your feed on any given moment, and what do you see? Wake up earlier, sleep less, grind harder, outwork everyone in the room if you're not hustling someone else's. And I get it. That energy can be exciting. That energy got a lot of us started. It got me started too. But here's what nobody in that highlight reel is talking about: sustainability. Nobody is asking the harder question. What is the point of building a successful business if you completely destroy yourself in the process? What good is a thriving company if you're too burned out to enjoy it? What good is hitting your revenue goal if you've lost your health getting there? What good is financial freedom if you're mentally imprisoned by anxiety and exhaustion? I've had the privilege of working with so many talented, passionate, brilliant small business owners over the years. And I can tell you, some of the most gifted people I have ever met burned out. Not because they weren't capable, not because their business wasn't viable, but because somewhere along the way, they started to believe that resting meant they were weak. So they kept pushing and pushing and pushing until they had nothing left to give. And here is what I want you to hold on to today. Resting is not weakness. Resting is wisdom. Even elite athletes, the most disciplined, high performing humans on the planet, build intentional recovery into everything they do. They don't train at full intensity every single day. They have rest days, recovery weeks, off seasons. These aren't interruptions to their performance. They are the performance. Recovery is what makes the next level possible. And entrepreneurship is no different. Sometimes the most powerful, most strategic move you can make is to pause, breathe, regroup, not quit, just recover. Because here is a lie that far too many of us believe. If I slow down, everything will fall apart. But what I've seen over and over and over again is that slowing down is often exactly what allows you to continue. Think about what happens to your decision making when you're running on empty. You become reactive instead of responsive. You lose clarity, creativity, and clarity. You stop seeing the opportunities that are sitting right in front of you. You start snapping at people you love. You start doubting yourself, not because your business is broken, but because you're exhausted. Fatigue changes everything. A tired mind will look at something that still has tremendous potential and convince you it's hopeless. A tired mind will make a permanent decision based on a temporary feeling. I love this quote and I think about it often. Don't make permanent decisions from temporary emotions. Because here's the truth: exhaustion is temporary, discouragement is temporary, cash flow struggles can be temporary, slow seasons are temporary, feeling invisible and overlooked, that is temporary. But quitting is permanent. And I want you to sit with that for a moment. Think about all the possibility on the other side of this difficult season that you haven't even seen yet. Think about the doors that haven't opened yet, not because they won't, but because it's simply not time. Think about who you are still in the process of becoming. Maybe right now you don't need another strategy session. You don't need another online course. You don't need another productivity system. Maybe what you need is permission. Permission to rest without guilt. Permission to step back, reset, breathe, and remember with full clarity exactly why you started. Because rest is not the enemy of your ambition. Rest is what protects your ambition. Let me give you a simple picture. Think about your phone. Doesn't matter how advanced it is, how many features it has, how much it costs, the moment that battery hits zero, it shuts down completely. It doesn't matter how important the call is. It doesn't matter how urgent the email is. Zero battery means it's done. You're no different. You cannot operate endlessly without recharging. And recharging is not wasted time. Recharging is how you stay in the game. And sometimes recharging looks really beautifully simple. Maybe it's a walk. No phone, no podcast, no agenda, just you and fresh air and the world around you. Maybe it's a real meal, sitting down, tasting your food, not eating standing over the kitchen counter while answering texts. Or maybe it's one evening completely offline. Maybe it's sleeping an hour early without guilt. Maybe it's sitting at dinner with your family and being actually present, not there physically while your mind is running through tomorrow's problems. Actually present, laughing, listening, connecting. Those small moments matter more than we ever give them credit for. Because here's the thing, entrepreneurship is not a sprint. It is a long, meaningful, beautiful, difficult journey. And long journeys don't reward the fastest runner. They reward the one who learns how to keep going. I also want to speak directly to someone who might be listening today and feeling behind. Maybe you look around at other business owners and it seems like everyone else has it figured it out. Everyone else is growing. Everyone else is posting wins while you are quietly struggling. First, what you see online is a highlight reel, not full story. Trust me on that. And second, slowing down is not the same as falling behind. There is a reason a bow has to pull backward before the arrow moves forward. The tension, the resistance, the pulling back, that is not failure. That is force being gathered. That is power being prepared for the launch. Maybe this season, this quiet, hard, exhausting, invisible season is not a setback. Maybe it is preparation. Preparation for your next level, your next breakthrough, the vision of your business that you've been working towards all along. And preparation rarely looks glamorous from the outside. It's quiet, it's invisible. It's the root growing deeper underground. But it is so deeply powerful, valuable. The strongest entrepreneurs I know, the ones who are truly still standing years down the road, are not the ones who move the fastest. They're the ones who learn how to keep going without losing themselves. That is the real challenge. Not just building a business, but building life that you can actually sustain and enjoy. A life where success actually means something when you get there. Because success means very little if every day feels like a survival mode. So here's what I want you to carry with you this week. Rest is not quitting. Rest is preparation. Rest is recovery. Rest is wisdom. Rest is how you come back stronger, clearer, and more ready than ever. And quitting? Quitting is walking away from possibilities you haven't even seen yet. Your breakthrough may be closer than it feels right now. This hard season may not be the end of your story. It may be the chapter that makes everything else make sense. You just need to breathe again. So your action step this week, and I'm only giving you one because that's enough. No one thing intention. So I want you to do, I want you to do one thing very intentionally that helps you recharge. Not distract, not escalate, recharge. Maybe it's one evening completely offline, phone in the drawer, laptop closed, that's it. Maybe it's a walk outside every single day this week, even if it's just 15 minutes. Maybe it's sleeping earlier and actually letting yourself rest without guilt. Maybe it's journaling, just 5 minutes, writing out what you're grateful for and what you're releasing. Maybe it's conversation with someone you trust, someone who actually knows what you're carrying. Whatever it is, do it intentionally. I want you to schedule it if you have to. Put it in your calendar like the important appointment it is, because your recovery is not optional. It is part of your strategy. Strong businesses are built by people who learn how to continue, not just how to hustle. Thank you so much for spending your Monday morning with me. I genuinely do not take that lightly. Your time is your most valuable resource, and I'm honored you invested some of it here. If this episode resonated with you today, I would love for you to share it with another small business owner who needs to hear it. Send it to a friend, a colleague, someone in your network who's been grinding hard and might just need someone to say, hey, it's okay to rest. I'm Anna Steinfest, and this is Small Business Survival Conversations. And don't forget, you are allowed to rest. Just don't give up.
You've been listening to the Small Business Survival Conversation podcast. Make sure to like, rate, and review the show. And don't forget to join us next week for another episode. In the meantime, hook up with us on our Facebook group at Small Business Survival Tools and Tips. Till next time, thank you for listening.